Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Hasbro in their Marvel Legends series, we are featuring Marvel celebrating 85 years with Odin, the Asgardian Allfather. Okay, so this is a figure that took me by surprise. I don't always follow Hasbro's social medias, so I'm not always up to date on which figures are coming out. One evening, I was just on Amazon, just combing around, and this figure popped up, and I immediately fell in love. This is the Odin figure that I've been wanting. There was the Build-A-Figure some years ago, which is great. It's large, it's really cool, but this really hits home for me. There's something about this figure that kind of reminds me of the McFarlane Zeus action figure, and that was from, I think, like maybe the Curse of Spawn line from maybe like 1999 or early 2000. That's like one of my favorite characters just because it captures Zeus, a very mythological character in all his glory. Likewise, we're taking Odin, another mythological figure but drawn from the Marvel comic books, and it presents him in such a regal, formal, like everything that I imagined the character would look like. It's captured in this action figure, you know, from the ornate gold armor pieces, the beautiful scale mail, the incredible large sword. He has his staff. It looks like he has different helmet options. It's a beast. He comes with a pair of crows who are very symbolic in Norse mythology. It's just amazing. Beautiful artwork here by artist Ryan Stegman, who is currently doing the art chores on the X-Men comic books. And I think it's awesome that finally, Marvel Legends figures and Hasbro, they're giving the art credit to the beautiful illustrations. You know, for the longest time, the box work has, you know, such gorgeous work done by like famous comic book artists, but they're never credited. So I think it's cool that they're finally getting their due right here. Incredible image of Odin, just like the action figure. Odin, king of Asgard, uses his immense wisdom and skills as a warrior to defend the realms as the Allfather. And this figure, this one really takes the cake for me. Even if you're not a fan of like the Thor comic books, and if you don't feel like you don't need this in your collection, I kind of feel like this figure has multiple display and play usage. For example, this figure would be very much at home in Mattel's Masters of the Universe, Masterverse line. If you're into collecting the Super 7 Conan action figures, especially the comic book ones, this one would easily, size up with that. There's also I think Spin Master, they're doing their line of 6-inch scale Sony PlayStation action figures. So if you wanted to, you could match this up with Kratos, the God of War. Alright, so we have his sword. Awesome. This looks so cool. It kind of reminds me of She-Ra's sword from Masters of the Universe. Again, you can probably carry this weapon over into your Mattel line of He-Man figures. Beautiful looking staff or trident. You know, if you want, you could probably migrate this into your McFarlane Multiverse line and give this to either Mera or Aquaman. We have his first helmet with the large, beautiful horns. This looks cool. We have the other helmet, which is very ornamental. And then he has the long hair flowing in the back. Really sick. He comes with a fist for his right hand and then an open palm for the left. This looks great. Maybe you could like get him in that Shakespearean pose where he's holding a skull. He comes with two crow accessories. These are beautiful. You could like put this in any toy line, whether it's DC, Masters of the Universe, or if you have any of the crow action figures by McFarlane or NECA. Alright, so we have the All-Father, the King of Asgard. We have Odin, father of Thor and Loki, and also Angela, if you're familiar with Angela. Gorgeous looking figure, and I can't say this enough. It's it's really, really something. My only complaint is I hate the gold swirly looking plastic because it doesn't look as metallic as like some of these other pieces, but nonetheless, very beautiful. You also have a very white fabric cape, which I don't mind. Nice fur toward the top, beautifully, beautifully sculpted with tons of layers, and it's such an amazing piece. The head is really cool, and I'm curious if you could swap this head with the Build-A-Figure head. And then he has his eye patch. The detailing on the scale mail is impeccable, as is the medallion on his chest. Just look at that. The sculpting is so clean, well done. I love the shade of blue. It's kind of like a metallic cobalt blue. And the chainmail looks really, really clean. This is a beautiful figure. If you're into like Mythic Legions, that's another toy line. This figure would be very much at home in your Mythic Legions collection. In terms of the articulation, Odin's head, if it turns, but not a whole lot. You know, it's really restricted by the fur and then the beard. But, you know, this is a character that's not really he's not like he's jumping off buildings or flying through the sky. It's a very authoritative figure that's just pretty much just going to stand there and just look badass. The articulation is very standard for Marvel Legends. His elbow is very tight. Doesn't want to bend, and I'm so scared of breaking things, so I don't want to force it. But yeah, trust me, his elbows do move. He does turn at the waist, and it feels very kind of stuck. Let's loosen it up a little bit. There we go. Does not feature an ab crunch or diaphragm cut, but that's okay. Like I said, this is a guy that you're not really going to be posed dynamically like Spider-Man. You know, he's just going to really just stand there and look awesome. Articulated knees, which are very tight. Everything on this figure is so tight. Doesn't want to... Yeah, so I apologize. I don't want to force this stuff. I might have to heat it up first just to loosen it up a little. In terms of the figure's height, you're looking at something that stands in at about 8 1/4 inches. So he is a beast. He's not like one of the largest figures, but he is one of the heavier ones. Here he is next to a standard Marvel Legends figure. We have X-Men Vulcan over here. He makes Wolverine look like a Smurf. He's so tiny. Here he is next to a female figure. We have Black Cat right there. Let's pull out a larger figure. We have the Rhino. Yeah, so this gives you an idea of the size. You know, it's like I said, it's a beast of a figure. And let's try getting some of his helmets on. See how he looks with that. All right, well, first start off with the smaller helmet. And I think, does this come off? Oh, man, that's wild. So in order to put the helmet on, You first have to remove his hair. So, oh, the hair is attached to the fur. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, they're separate pieces. Man, this figure keeps on getting better. All right, so it would be nice if they gave us like a separate piece where you could plug it in so he looks bald, so he doesn't have that cavity on top. And the cape is removable. Just be careful. Word of caution: you do not want to tear the fabric here where it connects. So just exercise, a little caution and care when handling the cape piece. You plug the fur back on, and then the helmet just plugs into the head. Oh my god, this is awesome. This is such a cool figure. Oh man, this might be my favorite figure this year. It's not the most posable figure, but presentation-wise, this is one of the most eye-catching display pieces you'll have in your collection. The gold and the blue really pull you in. The contrast against the white is very engaging. And the helmet pieces are great. I'm so tempted just to buy like 3 of these figures just so I could display the different head options. Alright, let's get this helmet on. Yeah, this one looks cool too. Man, this figure, this is such an incredible figure. I can't stop staring at it. This thing is wild. All right, so unfortunately, I do not have any Thor figures on me at the moment. But I do have this. It does not belong to the Marvel Legends line. This belongs to the competitor. This is a Diamond / Marvel Select action figure. The Marvel Select action figures, they're larger. You used to be able to find them at the Disney stores when the Disney store was still a thing. This is the Marvel Select Beta Ray Bill. One of my favorite Marvel action figures ever, regardless of which company produces it. It captures Beta Ray Bill as how I see him in my head. And look at the two of these together. If you're going to have 2 people from Asgard as a super-powered tag team, this is the way to go. And I am so I'm so stoked on this guy. It's gorgeous, and the fact that Beta Ray Bill has a figure that stand toe to toe next to him just makes me really, really giddy. So yeah, gorgeous figure. I can't say it enough how much I'm in love with this thing. It's so impressive. If you're a fan of Masters of the Universe, you can easily blend this into your Masterverse line. If you collect Mythic Legions, again, a great figure. There's some compatibility with the Super 7 Conan figures, in terms of the scale and the presentation. Yeah, so this figure is a win all the way around. It's just a really, really nice piece. And if you're a McFarlane fan also, here's a size comparison next to a McFarlane figure. So if you want a nice figure for Wonder Woman to beat the crap out of, maybe Odin's invading the Misera, Wonder Woman could take on this guy. So yeah, very, very stoked. Can't say that enough. Gorgeous figure. Everything about him is top notch, and I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I'm going to start crying. It's that beautiful. All right, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.